Going back to last season, Pasternak. Now it's 61 goals. In his last 83 games, he's hit one-timer. Finds the back of the net. Through center on the goal. Metzger has it in neutral towards the empty cage. He scores again. Alex Ovechkin walked closer to 800. Who's the draw now? It's a 3-on-2 for the Stars. Pointed out. Carries up the wrong side. Landry, and they score! Glendening went to the net. Redirects it. A short-handed goal makes it 4-1 Dallas. That will not make the coach happy.
What the puck is going on?
All right, welcome into the Deep End Studios. This is What the Puck is Going On. I am Dave Metzger, and I will be taking you through the standings since it is a Monday. Happy Monday, by the way, everybody. Hope your week is getting off to the best start possible. So I'm going to take you through the updated standings. Lots going on for sure. The big playoff push is ahead. Got about 20 games on average left for about everybody. So things are going to really start heating up. And we're here to take a look at that and see where we can find some values. I'd like to think that the future market is going to be looking pretty good right now. Numbers are going to be going back and forth. So we're going to take a look at that, try to capitalize on some of that, see what we like, what we don't like. Make a quick mention of the Red Wings tonight. They're in action. That is one of the 5 games that I will be taking you through this evening. Not a great list of games tonight. Only 2 that really excite me. But maybe we can find some stuff in these other ones that I haven't seen yet. So let's go ahead and jump into the standings. We'll start in the Eastern Conference, starting with the Metropolitan Division, the Carolina Hurricanes at 39, 11, and 8. That is good for 86 points. They are holding first in that division now with a goal differential of plus 47. Losers their last time out, but they are 8-10 or 8-2 in their last 10. New Jersey, second place in the division. That's the New Jersey Devils, 39, 15, and 5. That's good for 83 points. So that's going to be interesting here in the Metro between 1, 2, and 3. If New Jersey can jump ahead, being only 3 points behind, and then the Rangers slide down to 2, the Carolina Hurricanes, you're looking at a Carolina-New York Rangers first round. I think the first round in the East is going to be super exciting anyway, regardless of the matchups. But I'm thinking, the 1 and 2 flop here is going to be something to keep an eye on. New Jersey has a plus 51 goal differential, 7-2-1 in their last 10, and they are winners of 2 in a row. The New York Rangers, third place in this division at 34, 17, and 9. So that's good for 77 points. They are winners last time out. They have a plus 33 goal differential, and they are 6-3-1 in their last 10. So the top 3 teams here in the Metro holding pretty solid. We're going to, like most divisions come this time of year, except for maybe the Atlantic, we're going to be looking for the flip-flops here between 1, 2, and 3. Still doable for the Rangers, but they're going to have to get on it and really start collecting those points. But I think this 1-2 between Carolina and New Jersey is going to be very, very interesting come the next couple weeks. So let's drop down into the Atlantic. We have the Boston Bruins, no surprise here. First place at 45, 8, and 5, and that's going to be good for 95 points. They've played 58 games so far, so they still have quite a few games to play. They're going to hit that 100-point mark here pretty soon. You can guarantee that. They have a plus 95 goal differential. you're going to be finding a lot of success anytime you have a number like that in your differential. They are winners of 6 in a row, 7, 2, and 1 in their last 10. So Boston staying hot. That's a team that we can ride. We almost had them the other night. I needed them by 2. That would have been a very nice ticket. Crazy game that was. That was Boston and I believe the Kraken. I have to double check on that, but it was a 6-5 finish. They were going back and forth the whole time. Boston scores with just a couple minutes left. They're up by 1. They had their empty net chances. They had probably 3 solid shots at it, missed every one of them. Boom, my ticket loses. But I was trusting in Boston. They didn't quite get me there, but they were close. So they'll definitely be coming back to them. No love lost with that. That was taking a chance anyway. It was a plus number there on the spread. So this is definitely a team that we can follow. They are also in action tonight, which is sure to be probably the better game of the evening. We're expecting a super over in that. I was talking with Steve. I think he likes that. So we'll get there, and we'll get his input once we get to that game. Toronto, 37, 15, and 8. They're going to be good for 82 points. Plus 49 goal differential, 7-3 in their last 10, winners of their last 3 games. Tampa Bay holding the 3rd spot at 37, 18, and 4. That's going to be good for 78 points, plus 36 goal differential there. They are 5-2 and 3 in their last 10, with losing their last time out. So let's get the updated wild card. The New York Islanders with 69 points are holding the first wild card spot at the moment. They are winners their last time out, 5-3 and 2 in their last 10. Pittsburgh Penguins jump up, reclaim the second wild card spot, the second and last wild card spot. They have 67 points. They are 5-5 in their last 10, but they have won 2 in a row. So they look to be putting themselves in position. Buffalo right behind them with 6 points. There's Detroit right in the mix with 64 points. Florida in the mix with 64. And we will round it out with the Washington Capitals also with 64 points. Of probably the most realistic chances, but Washington is 3-7. They had a nice win against the Rangers and then go and lay an egg the very next night to Buffalo. That was a really, really important game. Washington, their defense fails to show up in what's been a problem for them on and off most of the year. So they're losers their last time out. They don't play again till Wednesday, so they have a little time off. We'll see if that hurts or helps their cause. You could probably even maybe throw in Ottawa. They have 60 points. Some work to do to catch up to put themselves in the conversation of the second wild card spot. But if they go on a run, anything can happen. So we'll round it out with Ottawa as a possibility. So that's how things are shaking up in the East. It's getting pretty exciting, and I guarantee it'll probably only get better. So let's jump into the Western Conference, starting with the Central Division. We have the Dallas Stars at 31, 16, and 12. That's good for 74 points. They have a plus 37 goal differential. 3, and 4 in their last 10, winners their last time out. But that's not what you want to see there in the last 10 games. 3, and 4, that's more losses than wins. You're lucky to get 4 points out of those overtime losses, but a team like the Stars, you got to imagine that's not sitting very well with them. Seems that they have landed in a little bit of a rut. So we'll see if they can shake that off and get back to their form, which I think here in the studio we're expecting them to do that. So second place in this division, 33, 21, and 6. That is going to be the Minnesota Wild with a +9 goal differential. They are 6-2-2 in their last 10. Winners their last time out. So that's putting them in the conversation. Where has Winnipeg gone? We're going to get to that, but they are no longer in the top 3 in this division. You can only imagine what that's going to do to their future numbers, though. They're not far behind. They're actually tied for third place, and that's really only 3 points behind Dallas. So third place, the Colorado Avalanche have worked themselves up the standings at 33, 19, and 5. And that's going to be good for 71 points with a +25 goal differential. They are 7-1-2 in their last 10, winners of 5 in a row. So Colorado picking up steam. That's going to be something that we're going to want to keep an eye on as the slates come out night to night. Maybe we can find some value in a hot Colorado team. Jumping into the Pacific Division, the Vegas Golden Knights leading the division at 35, 18, and 6, and that's going to be good for 76 points. +26 goal differential for them, 6-1-3 their last 10 games. Overtime loss their last time out, so they do pick up a point out of it. We always say, even if you're losing, if you can get a point out of it, that's better than none. No brainer there. Second place in this division, the Los Angeles Kings, 33, 20, and 8. That's going to be good for 74 points. The odd stat here, which is surprising, is they have a -1 goal differential. So that's kind of funny. You see a team, they're second place in their division, but they're allowing, just as many goals as they're scoring. So kind of weird how that works out, but nonetheless, there they are in second place, 5-3-2 in their last 10, losers their last time out. Edmonton holding the third spot. That's the Edmonton Oilers at 32, 20, and 8. And that's going to be good for 72 points. They have a +29 goal differential, 4-2-2 in their last 10. Also losers their last time out. All right, so let's take a look at the wild card standings here. All right, we found Winnipeg. Here they are. They are holding the top wild card spot. They have 71 points with a goal differential of +23. They're 4-6 in their last 10, losers of 3 in a row. So definitely not what we want to see from Winnipeg if we're going to be banking on them to kind of make a sneaky play to win their division. Again, they're only 3 points out of that. They have 22 games left to play, so they are very much in play to win that. So maybe this is a good thing. Come futures time at the end of the show, we'll take a look at this. And I have to imagine that their number has grown. So maybe if it's grown and we think they can turn things around, we can get a nice number for them to kind of sneak in there and win that division. Holding the second and final wild card spot, the Seattle Kraken with 70 points. +14 goal differential. They are 3-6-1 in their last time out, losers of 3 in a row. So they are really struggling right now. The only good thing for them is Calgary, the next team threatening, has 66 points. So while it's not a huge cushion, it is a little bit of a cushion. They really need to get things turned around, though, or they're going to find themselves on the outside looking in. So teams chasing them, we talked about Calgary in the third spot there. Nashville with 64 points. That's probably about as far as the line goes there. Next up would be St. Louis with 57 points. I really don't feel good about that. They're 26 and 28 with a minus 35 goal differential. That's just not going to get it done, plain and simple. You're letting a lot more goals in than you score. So that's not a recipe for success for St. Louis. So really, we're going to look at Seattle, Calgary, and Nashville as contenders there for the wild card. So those are the updated standings as we have them now. We'll go ahead and we'll jump right into the slate, and we'll get that moving. All right, first game up tonight, 7 p.m. puck drop. The Detroit Red Wings are in Ottawa to take on the Senators. The over-under here in this one is 6.5. Your over is going to pay minus 105. Your under is minus 115. I think between these two teams, that is a possibility, but we're going to look a different way here in this game, I think. Money line, this is going to be a good pick for me that I was going to cover the Detroit Red Wings on the money line at plus 105. They've been picking it up as of late in contention for the wild card. So let's take a look there at Detroit. They are 7-3 in their last 10. They are losers their last time out, but that 7-3 in their last 10, especially this time of year, has to get you a little bit excited for them. So right off the jump, I would be looking at this money line right away. We know Ottawa to be a pesky team. We have said that. We've been saying that for a while now, months. While they're not a playoff team, they're pesky. They do play hard. Maybe some trades to come in Ottawa. I hear rumblings that they are looking to kind of bolster their team, looking for some defensive help. And they may turn to the Washington Capitals. They have a couple defensemen there that they might like to make a trade for. It's worth noting that the Capitals only have one defenseman that is going to be on contract for next year. So with the way things are going in Washington, not probably at this point expected to make the playoffs. They might start selling off some guys here to kind of retool, as we talked about last week, to retool and reshape things, get ready for the next season, and get back to the competitive nature, where we thought we'd be this season. Lots of injuries have derailed that attempt, but, no excuses. They haven't been getting it done. But Detroit, in this game, let's take a look. If we're going to go as far as the money line, let's take it a step further. The Detroit Red Wings at plus 160 on the 60-minute line, I think would probably be a decent play here. You're getting 120 for the Senators. So let's take a look at the Senators actually real quick. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. Winners their last time out. So this could end up being a pretty good game. And otherwise you wouldn't really think so. Ottawa's really down there. So a lot on the line, more so for the Detroit Red Wings. I think this is a much bigger game for them, trying to keep pace in that wild card race. So I'm thinking Detroit here on the 60-minute line is probably a pretty good play there. So let's take a look at some totals, as we like to do. The Red Wings over 2.5 is minus 160. I think I would probably make a play for that. Over 3.5 is at plus 145. Maybe, but I think you would want to take, this is not exactly, maybe a sexy price, so to speak. But I think Detroit can certainly get 3. I mean, this could be a 4-3 type game, in which case you could move to that over 3.5. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll check out a game parlay if that's what we're thinking. So the Detroit Red Wings and over 6.5 which again, I think the over is achievable in this game. I think each team is certainly capable of getting theirs. If that's the case, let's take also a quick look team totals. Here we go. Over 3.5 for the Senators is at plus 100. I think if you're going to go by way of team totals, I think you got to go Detroit here. You're getting the better numbers. Over 2.5 is minus 230 for the Senators. I don't do anything with that. I don't usually ever like anything when it's in the 200s like that. So if we're doing team totals here, I think it's got to be Detroit. But I like this one for the value. You're getting a nice number for it. The Red Wings and the over 6.5 at plus 300. I think that is something that you could probably take a shot on. And let's go a different way here and take a bit of a shot. The first period and end of regulation game parlay. I feel that the first period here could be tied. And if that's the case, and we're leaning on the Detroit Red Wings to win the game, this one does have to be in regulation. This is not a money line. This is a 60-minute line paired with the first period. We're going to go for a tie with the Detroit Red Wings at plus 700, getting a really big number there. I really don't think, that's an impossible task here. Yeah, you're getting a big number on it. Odds are that may not happen. But with two feisty teams like this, I don't see why you couldn't take a shot at it. You're going to pair it with something. It's Monday night action. You don't have to throw the bank at it. Just put a couple bucks, pair it with something. And this could be something here. We'll go ahead and put that in the slip. See if we can't build some kind of little Monday night teaser here. So we'll deal with that. Let's take a look. Game props. No. Let's take a look at the goalie props. No. We got Cam Talbot is in goal for the Red Wings. And Magnus Hellberg in goal for the Senators. So, I don't know. I don't really like any of the goalie props here. Those are the guys on record. Talbot definitely being the better goalie in my mind. So, if we wanted to maybe take something, his over-under save prop is set at 26.5. You're going to get minus 120 for the over, minus 110 for the under. I would be looking to maybe take the over if you want to play a goalie prop. You're doing a little something different in this game. So my biggest takeaways are going to be taking a shot on the in-game parlay. You want something a little bit safer while still getting the good value. Detroit on the 60-minute line is what we are thinking here. All right, let's go back. And here's the game. Here it is. We talk about this in the studio before programming starts. The Boston Bruins are in Edmonton to play the Oilers. This is an 8:30 p.m. puck drop. I've looked at the goaltending matchup for this game, and makes me feel pretty good with the over in this game. It is set at 6.5, minus 120 for the over. Under would be paying out plus 100. You got the Bruins minus 130 on the money line. Oilers plus 110. We know that Boston is the better team, but Edmonton is fighting for playoff positioning. So they have McDavid, they have Draisaitl. Their top line is, very good. One of the better ones in the league in my mind. So they're not just going to roll over and, let Boston stomp all over them. I wouldn't think. Now, we've seen what can happen, but I figure this one to be a shootout. I think the over is in play here. So I want to take a look at even moving that line. So you can go over 7 at a plus 130. But if you don't want to leave that there to get stuck on it, if this is a 4-3 type of game, that is going to really diminish your odds in anything that you're doing with it. So let's go and take a stab at this. Over 7.5 goals in this game at plus 185. I like that number. This is one I don't usually do this. If you listen in, the 6.5s, are not really my thing. But with these two teams and the goaltender matchup, which we're going to get to here in just a second, I think we're pretty green lighted here for that to happen. So let's go ahead. So the 7.5 we say is in play. You're getting a plus 185 for that. But let's take a look here at the 60-minute line. You're going to get plus money either way. Boston is at plus 120. Edmonton Oilers at plus 165. Now I'm going to go ahead and add that over 7.5 into that ticket. So we're already getting a pretty good number here. That's one of the ways we like to attack things here in the studio. We are investing the minimum to make the maximum. Yes, what the puck, we're doing it here too. That is not just for the round robin, although mostly we're getting, different numbers and stuff like that, different sport. But hey, sometimes we want to take a shot. We want to take these big number shots. Tonight would be one of those nights to do it. Rather unappetizing slate, I guess you could say. The game we're talking about now is pretty good. So we're just gonna take a Monday night stab at this one, see what we can make happen. We're going to the goalie props here, and Jeremy Swayman is in goal for Boston. He's their number 2 goaltender. He's not a bad goaltender either. And then you have Stuart Skinner. He is in goal for the Oilers. So with this matchup is my reasoning for that kind of super over. And let's take a look at the team totals in this one. Me and Uncle Steve were talking about this. He is going to go either way on this one. He's greenlighting basically both the Bruins and Oilers team total goals. And I don't blame him, not even a little bit. I'm siding with him on that one. Over 3.5, minus 105. The Oilers at over 2.5 is at minus 180. That's something that you could sneak in there and work with. But over 3.5, which we know both of these teams are capable of just blowing this one out in terms of scoring anyway. You look at their, let's take a look at their differentials real quick, and that'll kind of tell you. We went over Boston at a plus 95 goal differential. They are certainly capable of putting pucks in the back of the net. Now let's look at Edmonton. A plus 29, so lower. But as we've seen, if you've watched, they are certainly capable themselves. So over 3.5 is going to pay you plus 130. I wouldn't be scared of the over 2.5 at the minus 180 number either, though. I'd like to think they'll score 3 goals in this game. So that's at least something, if you're not taking the kind of the big shot that we're building out, then, I think that's a safe fallback play there. As far as the goalie props go, probably leave those alone in this game too. Game parlays, Bruins and the over 6.5 plus 220, so you're getting a good number there. Let's go to the first period regulation. See, the Bruins to win the first period and to win the game in regulation is at plus 285. So you're getting some pretty good prices there. But we're going to stick with the over and, not worry about Bruins or Oilers winning the game. We're just going to hope for a lot of goals, which I think in this one, certainly capable. And if you don't like any of that, there's always the 60-minute line. Actually, either the money line or the 60-minute line if you want to fall back to maybe a little bit safer numbers. Like we said, minus 130 for the Bruins, plus 110 for the Oilers. Bruins are plus 120 on the 60 line and plus 165 for the Oilers on that line. So a couple things to take away from that. I would go over the goal scoring list, but the guys that I think would get it done, Connor McDavid, Pasternak, they're at minus 110. But, hey, if you want to do a goal scoring prop, look for Leon Draisaitl to score. He is at plus 125. So you're getting a plus number for him. And that's actually pretty good. I don't want to say that's stealing it, but I think your chances are pretty good, definitely, and especially in a game like this. We got star power all over the ice in this game. Maybe one that I may tune into as well. But Draisaitl for plus 125 to score a goal, I think is something that you could definitely work with as well. So definitely a couple different angles in this game. That's one of the better games going on this evening. This one we won't spend a whole lot of time on. This is an 8:30 p.m. puck drop. The Vancouver Canucks are in Dallas to take on the Stars. And with the Stars, last 10 that we've looked at, really I think overall this would be a pass for me. The under-over is at 6.5. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. The under 6.5 total here is at minus 125. We're going to go ahead and throw that in there. So we're at a little 3-leg parlay as we speak at the moment. I really think that this is the only play. Dallas, not playing exactly well. Vancouver, not a great team. So this is not one to probably be heavily invested in. I don't really like any of the team totals as we look at them. If you wanted to maybe take a shot on something, Vancouver over 2.5 is at plus 110. Maybe. But I think the under is definitely the play in this one. Like I said, it's actually it's not going to be a pass. We are going to play the under. Would be the general consensus of this one. That's really the only takeaway. Let's take a look at the goalie props, though. Jake Ottinger in goal for the Stars. He is a up-and-coming, really good goaltender, up-and-coming in the league. So, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable here with that under. This could very well be a 3-2 type game, and that gets you in there pretty safely. So, the no goalie listed as of now for the Canucks. Again, not really much to be said in this one. We are going to take the under, though. So 2 games left. We're rolling right along. We might even get you out of here before 7. Never can tell. 9 p.m. puck drop. Here's the other better game. The Vegas Golden Knights at the Colorado Avalanche. The over-under is at 6. The Golden Knights plus 120 on the money line. Colorado Avalanche minus 140. The over is paying out plus 100. The under is at minus 120. Let's see if we can't find something here. This is a pretty good game. You can maybe take a shot at the over. I think both of these teams are capable of scoring again. The over at plus 100 is a pretty nice price. I think that's probably about fair. Let's take a look at the goaltending matchup. Aiden Hill is in goal for the Vegas Golden Knights. Alexander Georgiev is in goal for the Avalanche. And if we're going to go that way, maybe a sneaky goaltender prop here. Georgiev's over-under total saves is 28.5. So for the over, you're getting minus 120. Under, you're getting minus 110. I think maybe this is setting up to take a goaltender prop in this one. But here's the prop that I like for goaltenders in this game. Goals against Aiden Hill, over 2.5 goals against at minus 125. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add that in. So we're at 4 legs. We're just going to try and take a little something out of each one here. You could also round robin. That would probably be the way to do it. We're going to check the parlay for this. But a round robin is certainly in play as well. So we're going to add Aiden Hill over 2.5 to the ticket, minus 125. We'll check the team totals out. Yeah, not really anything. Over 3.5 for the Avalanche is at plus 110. Here you go. If you want to take a shot at the Golden Knights, we know they're capable of scoring if you keep up with the league. You know, they can put it in the net as well. Over 2.5 is at minus 130. I'm not mad at that either. I think that's probably on the board as well. So you could take a stab at that. But we're going to go by way of goaltending prop in this one. Just a little something different. Let's take a look at the 60-minute line for this one as well. Vegas plus 200 on the 60-minute line. Colorado Avalanche at plus 105. So, yeah, either way here on the 60-minute line, you're good to go. I would imagine this is probably going to be a pretty tight game. Let's look at the last 10, though, if maybe we need a decider of who we want to take on the 60-minute line, since we're getting plus values out of those. Vegas, we talked about 6-1-3 in their last 10, so pretty good. And Colorado, 7-1-2 in their last 10, winners of 5 in a row. So, I don't know, pretty damn near identical here, to be honest with you. The only thing that would sway me is Colorado is at home, and they are winners of their last 5. So you can take a chance on the Colorado Avalanche at plus 105. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do something with that Aiden Hill prop, but we're going to take it out and replace it with the 60-minute line Colorado. I got a little soft spot for Colorado, so I like to see them do well. So, yeah, there's some angles in there. We got the goaltending prop that I'm going to do something with later on this evening. We got till 9:30 to do it, so we're in no rush. But for the building, you know, just kind of taking a stab here, Colorado plus 105 on the 60-minute line. All right, last game of the evening. And you might think this one is kind of dull, probably because it is, but the one team has been playing much better as of late. The Chicago Blackhawks are in Anaheim to take on the Ducks. This is a 10 p.m. puck drop. Neither of these teams really have anything to play for, so the over-under is set at 6. I think this is certainly capable of getting there. The over is paying out minus 120. The under is at plus 100. Chicago Blackhawks are plus 110 on the money line. The Anaheim Ducks at minus 130. You know what? Crazy to say, but I think that I would take the Ducks on the money line. And we're going to look here. They're 3-5-2 in their last 10 games, but they have a couple nice wins sprinkled in there. So they've been picking it up a little bit better. They're winners of 2 in a row. And actually, you know what? Chicago looking much better. 6-3-1 in their last 10. Winners of 5 in a row. So you know what? Let's reverse course here. And let's just say the hell with it. And let's take a shot. Blackhawks, come on. Where are you? Give us a chance here. Blackhawks on the money line at plus 110. If they continue the trend that they've been on, we might be able to get a sneaky Blackhawks play in there, which really we haven't been finding all year at all. I mean, we haven't taken really anything from either of these teams. So here we are, the end of February, going into March, and we're actually going to take a shot with one of these teams. It's just crazy to say, but when a team is getting hot, we want to take a chance on them and see if they can't bring it home. So the goaltending matchup here, Lucas Dostal, he'll be in net for the Ducks, and Mrazek will be in goal for the Blackhawks. The save totals are up there for both of them. 30.5 for Dostal, 28.5 for Mrazek. I think you probably leave the goaltending. Well, you could go goals against either way, actually. So there's another play that we found. Lucas Dostal, over 2.5 goals against, minus 130. Why not? Go ahead, take a shot on that. Mrazek, to me, in my mind, middle of the road goaltender. I don't think he's really all that great. Over 2.5 is at minus 150. So again, if we're looking at these totals, I mean, that's, favorable odds for both teams to score 3, really. And if that's the case, then why not take the over? And we'll look at that, see if we can't take that to 6.5, which we can. And that's going to be at plus 100. So I think there is a play to move the total tonight. So that's an alternate total, possibly in this game, over 6.5 plus 100. I say why not? Take a shot at that. We know the Ducks, they let in a ton of goals. Chicago, they are in full rebuild mode, but they are winning some games right now. 5 in a row is a pretty good streak. That's nothing to turn your nose at. So let's ride the hot team on the money line, or let's move the total in this game. If you don't want to root for either of them, I don't blame you. Not one bit. So if we're just hoping for goals, let's move it to over 6.5 as a play, getting the plus 100 number. And there you go. We're just hoping for goals, no winner in this one. So let's take a look at this little parlay here. We've taken a little something from each game. So we have the tie and the Detroit Red Wings to win in 60 minutes, plus 700. Over 7.5 in the Bruins-Oilers game. Under 6, that has now moved. Or no, it was 6. The value has gone up to plus 100. That's the Canucks and Stars, under 6 goals. Avalanche on the money line, and the Blackhawks on the money line. So just a little 5-legger. If we want to put, I don't know, let's take a shot. We're going to spend $10 tonight just to take a shot at it. This $10 parlay right here, by itself, $10 will win you $1,963 and some change. So $1,900 for $10. I mean, come on, we're taking a bit of a reach here, but really, I mean, come on, that's not that bad, really. So we're going to put a $10 bill out there for tonight for that one, and we're going to just take a shot at that, see if we can drive that home. Now, if you wanted to round robin that, that would probably be a good idea. You could certainly do that. That way you're kind of pairing them. You're not, going for the home run. This is really just a home run type of play. Home run Monday, we're calling it. But you can absolutely round robin this and still get paid for it. So that's what we're going to do here in the studio this evening anyway. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the futures, and then we will be on our way. All righty, we'll start in the divisions. The Pacific Division, the Golden Knights at plus 115, Edmonton Oilers at plus 320. And the LA Kings, my dark horse pick for this, if I'm picking sensibly, I guess you could say, I would go with the Oilers. I think they probably have the better chance. We have Vegas in first place, but really, I mean, look, 67 or 76, 74, 72 points. 4 points separates one from three. That's only 2 games. Vegas does have 1 game in hand, but for the number for the Oilers at plus 320, I think that's probably the sensible play. My dark horse for the Kings at plus 420, really nice value for that. So that's my dark horse pick. I would probably go ahead and build something with that. Getting a really nice number there for LA. The Atlantic, we won't go over that. We pretty much know what's going to happen there. Let's jump into the Metro. And we'll note here that the Hurricanes, the favorite to win this division, are at minus 400. But as we talked about in the standings, New Jersey is only 3 points away from Carolina, and they're getting a plus 350 number to win that division. I think anything could happen there. I think it's a possibility for sure. So you're getting a nice number there at plus 350. I think that's something to definitely consider. Now, we look here with the Rangers at 22-1. Like we said, they have some work to be done, but with the trade deadline rapidly approaching, they are trying to make a move for, I believe, Patrick Kane. Big name from the Chicago Blackhawks. I don't really think they need him. That's just my 2 cents. But, hey, if they got him, they would be that much more scarier. To win that division it's an ask, that's for sure. They would really need to get on a run to do that. So I think if I'm taking any kind of chances here, I'm going to go New Jersey or nothing. In the Central, we have the Colorado Avalanche at minus 110. Favorites to win that division who aren't even winning it. So, I don't play that at all. Dallas Stars at plus 150. The Minnesota Wild plus 900. And then followed up with the Jets at 16-1. So their number is growing. That's pretty juicy number there, 16-1 if you've got it. You could do LA, New Jersey, and Winnipeg, and $10 would make you pretty happy if that got home. Nothing is for sure, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But with the numbers that we're seeing, I think you could definitely take a shot. The Minnesota Wild getting that plus 900 number. Only 2 points away from Dallas. So you know what? I think that is something to consider as well. So really the Central Division, as it has been for probably the last month or so, future numbers just kind of going crazy right now. So keep an eye on all this here in the Central. I think really you are still getting a plus number with Dallas. So if you wanted to take the sensible kind of maybe more safer play, go ahead and take Dallas. But if we want to stretch it out a little bit, try and make that $10 future parlay really work for us. I think if Minnesota can continue to keep pace, that plus 900 is a nice number for them as well. Take a look at the conferences. Colorado is in the West at plus 275, Vegas at plus 500, Oilers at 500 as well. Dallas Stars plus 600. Flames 10-1, and the Wild 11-1. Jets 12-1. The Kraken 12-1. LA 13-1. And we'll stop there. Nashville would be next, but they got some work to do just to even make the playoffs. So between all these teams listed here, the West, I'm just going to put it out there, is wide open. So it's going to be really difficult as far as the conference winner goes. I think out West, you really want to stick in the division futures. But we're getting some nice numbers out of this Western Conference. But at this point, man, I really have a tough time saying who's going to come out of the West and play for the Stanley Cup. As I just said, take this how you will. The West is just absolutely wide open, so really going to be tough to make a play for conference futures. The Eastern Conference, we have the Bruins at plus 275. You probably just go ahead and take that. Hurricanes at plus 400. Leafs at plus 500. The Lightning at plus 650. Rangers at 650 as well. The Devils at plus 700. And I think those are probably the 6 teams most in contention. You have the 2 wild cards, but okay. Penguins 18-1, Islanders 25-1. If I had to go here, I think your sensible pick is the Bruins. We all know that. But I do kind of like the price at plus 700 for the New Jersey Devils. So that is something that I would definitely take into consideration. Maybe the Lightning at plus 650. I have a feeling that it's either going to be Carolina or Boston competing out of the East for the Stanley Cup. You're going to get the Hurricanes at plus 400. Again, Boston at plus 275. All right, well, those are the futures. So that is going to wrap it up for us this evening. We almost filled up the hour. We're only 5 minutes out. So figure a good time to go ahead and wrap it up. We found some pretty good stuff there in that list of games. One that's not crazy exciting, but there are a couple ones to kind of keep an eye on. All righty, so if you've got anything building, anything in the works, we wish you good luck on that. And we will see you right back here tomorrow, 6 p.m., for What the Puck is going on. And we'll be getting into all of the Tuesday action. All right, that's going to do it for us. Everybody have a good evening and a good night.